Happy Thursday, everybody, and welcome to another Chamber Check-In episode from Idaho's only five-star accredited chamber. Today, I'm thrilled to be able to help share the message about Northwest Association for Blind Athletes. And I've got founder and CEO with us today, Billy Henry. Hi, Billy.
Hi, Paul. Thanks so much for having us.
And I also have the Idaho Programs Manager with us today, Sam Picciano. Hi, Sam.
Hi, Paul. Hi, everyone.
Hey, thanks for coming and being a featured guest on these Chamber Check-ins. Billy, you and I have known each other for the past 10 years. You've been doing some amazing things. I get to serve on your leadership council here for the Idaho region. I'm just so excited to help share. And Sam, you've been with NWABA for what, 5 years? I can't really remember.
Going to my third year now.
On your third year, okay. And I'm just so excited to help share the programs and services and that NWABA offers to Idaho and other states. But first, let's talk about you both personally a little bit. Billy, tell us a little bit about you, your background of work, and what led you to starting and founding NWABA.
Wonderful. Well, first of all, Paul, I just want to say thank you so much for 10 amazing years of partnership with you and the Chamber. We're grateful for you to be a champion for our mission, and just grateful for our membership in the Chamber and all that you and your team do for the nonprofit and business community. So thank you all very much for all the work that you do. My name is Billy Henry. I'm the founder and CEO of Northwest Association for Blind Athletes. I founded the organization in 2007 when I was 15. I'm legally blind myself, and founded the organization because I wanted to be able to participate in powerlifting with my friends. So it started out with 5 of my friends coming over to my parents' house to be able to participate in powerlifting. But from that experience, we gained confidence. We gained the independence that we needed to be able to go to tournaments and do things that we want to do, and really grew as people. And from that experience, I wanted to provide that opportunity to all people who are blind or visually impaired, so that they would have the same equitable opportunities for participation. So fast forward to today, Northwest Association for Blind Athletes' mission is to provide life-changing opportunities through sports and physical activity to individuals who are blind or visually impaired. But really what it's about is helping people who are blind build confidence, improve independence, and really reach their greatest potential in whatever they want to do inside and outside of our programs. And at NWABA, we really believe in walking alongside our athletes and helping them do whatever they want to do in all areas of life. So really fired up to be here, excited for our conversation, and ready to dive in.
Hey, thanks, Billy. Really appreciate it. Yes, I've got the opportunity to travel along with you during the last 10 years, and you've made a huge impact on this Idaho community and all the states you serve. And we'll get to that here in a little bit. But Sam, tell us a little bit about you, your background, and why are you with NWABA?
Sure, absolutely. I am Sam Picciano. I'm the program manager for Idaho. I'm originally from Coconut Creek, Florida, so ways away from home. My background is in visual disabilities education. So previously, I taught students K through 12 who are blind and visually impaired in schools in Tampa, Florida, and New Orleans, Louisiana. Slowly making my way over here, I realized I was very interested in program development. And when NWABA was ready to open up their new Boise office, our second physical location, about 2 years ago now, I jumped on the opportunity and am just having a really lovely time with all of our athletes and volunteers. And Boise has both welcomed myself as well as the second NWABA office. So we're just so lucky to be here.
Sam, thanks so much for all you do for the blind and visually impaired here locally. Okay, let's start a couple questions here. Tell me and help me share how many states you serve, what are those states, and maybe from the beginning, right, you had 5 buddies, Billy or whatever, helping do some powerlifting to now. What is the number of athletes served in that past, I guess it's been how many years now?
It's going on 18 years, going on 18 years in May, which is hard to believe when you start at 15. I feel like I've been doing this for a long time, and I have to remember I actually have been doing this for a long time. So I'm happy to dive into that. So just the first part of your question, Paul, we serve individuals who are blind or visually impaired across Idaho, Montana, Oregon, and Washington. We serve individuals across Idaho, here in the Valley, but then really all across the state. We really believe in meeting people where they're at. We want to serve every single person who's blind across Idaho, regardless of where they live, and we have a lot of programs to be able to do that and support that. So, as you mentioned, we started out serving 6 individuals our first year. I'm really proud to say that today, with the support of our community and the support of our team and our volunteers, we're now delivering 5,000 interactions annually to children, youth, adults, and military veterans who are blind or visually impaired through over 500 in-person and virtual events. We serve individuals that are as young as 6 months old and learning how to swim for the first time with their parents in the pool, to individuals that are in their 80s. We serve individuals who have been blind or visually impaired since birth, like myself, and we serve individuals that have lost their vision in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, that are looking to build community and build confidence and meet other people who are blind or visually impaired. One thing that I think is special about NWABA is that we don't focus our programs on elite level athletes. We focus our programs on meeting each person who's blind or visually impaired where they're at to help them be successful in whatever they want to do. Our mission is focused on helping our athletes achieve success, to helping our athletes gain new skills, helping our athletes push the limits, and really growing as people inside and out of our programs. We deliver opportunities in about 20 different types of sports and recreational opportunities, everything from skiing and snowboarding that we've done at Bogus Basin, to stand-up paddleboarding and kayaking, to tandem cycling, to a variety of other programs that help improve the quality of life for the individuals and families that we serve. As I mentioned kind of in the beginning, it's been 18 years, but I'll say that, in the last 6 months, we've had so much growth, so much opportunity, so much innovation in our pipeline. I feel like we've just scratched the surface of what's truly possible. And I've never been more excited about what we can do, but most importantly, I've never been more excited about what we can do across Idaho. Sam will share a little bit more about kind of our impact in the program growth since she started, but it's been absolutely outstanding. And we really believe that we're just in the first chapter of a really amazing journey here in Idaho. And we're excited to continue to dive in and get started and serve even more individuals.
Billy, I get so excited when I listen to you talk, because I know that it's really truly serving to enhance people's lives. And I, for one, I am not visually impaired, but I can't even imagine what it would be like to be visually impaired or blind and not having the same type of resources. And you and I have talked about this before, like, hey, what are some of the biggest hurdles for blind and visually impaired people? Is it transportation? Is it shopping? Is it all of it? But you know what you said at the beginning, building confidence in folks is number one. And I just love it. Now, you mentioned diving into the services a little bit more, and I can't wait to talk to Sam a little bit. Sam, tell us a little bit about what Idaho's doing. What can an athlete or participant with NWABA experience in some of your Idaho programs?
Absolutely. I will start by sharing that blindness is the lowest incidence disability population as a whole, meaning that you have a higher probability of having a neighbor passing someone on the street who is utilizing a wheelchair than a long white cane. Last fiscal year, NWABA delivered 1,000 interactions through our sports outreach program right here in Southwest Idaho. That's 1,000 unique opportunities to create powerful moments through movement. We served 93 athletes from across the state of Idaho, with about 75% of those athletes residing in the Treasure Valley and majority others residing in the Panhandle. Through 70 ongoing seasonal events, we hosted skiing and snowboarding, snowshoeing, kayaking, stand-up paddleboarding, tandem cycling, hiking, goalball, the list goes on, you name it. All events focus on both foundational sports skills as well as skill progressions to include modifications, adaptations, and accommodations related to vision accessibility. So for those of you attempting to conceptualize what adapted sports for the blind are, what that looks like, a modification would be starting an athlete closer to a disc golf basket than the original route on a course. An adaptation might be utilizing a touch grid that displays the orientation of pins knocked down after a bowling roll. And an accommodation would be turning the overhead lights off in a group exercise class to reduce glare. Those are just some of the activities and some of the examples of what programs with us look like.
And Sam, could I add just one thing to that?
Absolutely.
Just really quickly. One thing that gets me really excited and just gets me get ready to go every single day is that when we turn the clock back, Northwest Association for Blind Athletes has been providing services right here in Idaho since September 2012. And we started out with 3 blinded veterans who are blind or visually impaired. And that's what brought us to our community here in Idaho. And to think about being at 1,000 interactions is just amazing over the last 12 years. And I know that we've just scratched the surface and that there's so many more people we can help, so many more events we can deliver, and so many more opportunities we can provide to our athletes. So I just wanted to share with the audience that growth that we've seen in Idaho under Sam's leadership, under our programs team leadership, that we're traveling from Vancouver to Idaho before we launched our team here. Like, we've really amped it up. And again, we're just getting started.
So huge impact in Idaho, huge impact in those 4 states, Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and what's the other one? Montana. You know, I'm sure that the need is there. How can the business community and those watching support, get involved? Tell us a little bit about that. Maybe we'll start with you, Sam.
Sure. We really foster community building through the natural context of communication, teamwork, and camaraderie of sport, like Billy mentioned. While sports and physical activity is at our core, that awareness, education, and advocacy piece, they're really pivotal in deepening our impact in our community, as well as diversifying the quality of life for our blind and visually impaired community. We're working with community partners such as Boise Adaptive Snow Sport Education, Fort Boise Community Center, Challenge Athletes Foundation, et cetera, to really deepen our disability presence in both sport and community spaces. So in saying all of that, we are always looking to add volunteers from the community to our Boise Adapted Sports family, and really invite anyone whose interest is sparked during today's conversation to reach out via our website at nwaba.org. We would love to have you out with us.
And Billy, I know that you probably want to add to that, but tell us a little bit about how some of these volunteer opportunities not only impact the athlete's life, but the volunteer's life as well. Because I know Andrew Height, our guy here with Visit Boise, he helped an athlete for the past couple of years in a triathlon, and he came back just like, I can't believe the power of the inspirational opportunity that he had there. So tell us a little bit about that.
No, I'd be happy to. So we really believe in the power of volunteerism and the power of partnership. And at NWABA, we have over 400 active volunteers who support our mission every year, and that number is continuing to rise in Idaho. But we know that to be able to deliver more programs and more impactful programs, we really need volunteers. So one of our biggest pain points is getting enough volunteers to service the amount of athlete need we have here locally and then across Idaho. So would really love to just humbly ask for the business community support and really just the community support in general, to join us as a volunteer. What that looks like in a few different examples is it could be being a tandem cycling pilot for an athlete during one of our tandem events. It could be supporting an athlete during a hike here locally. It could be supporting our operations here in our office in Boise, or anything like that in between. But we really, really, really do need volunteers. If you're interested in volunteering, we have a super easy way to jump in and get started and go through the registration process. The first step is just visiting nwaba.org/volunteer, and you can learn more. Secondly, really looking to the business community to help us raise awareness about our organization. We've been here since 2012, but so many people don't know about us, and they don't know about how many people who are blind or visually impaired are right here in our community. And a big part of our mission is raising awareness about the abilities of individuals who are blind or visually impaired. So we'd love the opportunity to talk to any community groups. If there's any business leaders that have employee resource groups, Sam and I would be happy to talk to your team about our organization, how they can volunteer, and then do some disability awareness about the abilities of people who are blind or visually impaired. We're always honored whenever we get the opportunity to do that. And really, in general, just want to engage with as many people as possible and share our story in a setting like this and one-on-one as well.
Thank you, Billy. Yeah, absolutely. Whenever you have an opportunity to volunteer for any nonprofit cause, right, it fills the bucket. It fills that e-tank. And I'm especially excited about what NWABIA does and how it enhances the lives of those that are visually impaired and blind. Hey, as we come to closing our conversation today, you have an event in Idaho that is coming up, and we talked about tandem bicycles, and I think the theme this year is together in tandem. So let's talk a little bit about your event coming up. When, where, how, and why.
Absolutely. So we're really excited. We have our Together in Tandem dinner and auction happening on Saturday, October 12th at Boise Center. This is the largest event of the year that we have that supports the individuals and families that we serve across Idaho. We have a bold goal that we're setting this year of raising $250,000 to support our athletes and families across the state. You can learn more by visiting nwaba.org/together-ID. ID standing for Idaho. So nwaba.org/together-ID. There's tickets opportunities. We still have sponsorship opportunities. We also need volunteers to support that event as well. So regardless of how you can engage, there's certainly an opportunity, and we would be honored to have as many people join us as possible and really share our story with you at that event. So please reach out to us. We'd love to have you and share the mission with everyone.
Sam, any additional thoughts?
Volunteers. Any capacity you have, doesn't need to be a sponsorship. We really value time and, again, sharing those spaces with members of our community. So we'd be happy to have you.
October 12th, that's Saturday. Doors open.
Doors open at 5:30. The program kicks off at 6:30, and we're hoping to have about 300 guests join us.
You've got an auction, silent auction. Are you doing a live auction this year?
Yeah, we actually are doing a live auction, but we will not have a silent auction this year. Okay. So we've got live auction trips. I'll just highlight a couple just for anyone that's interested. We have a trip to London for 2 people. That includes airfare out of Boise. That's a really over-the-top trip that we're excited about. It includes lodging, includes excursions, includes airfare. So really excited about that. We also have a trip to Bali. We also have a trip to Italy. More locally, we have a big Boise State football package that includes 50-yard line seats and a variety of other things. So there'll be some really, really fun live auction packages. We'll also have a table that'll be spotlighting all of the adaptive equipment that we use that Sam is working on, as well as some interactive games that spotlight blindness and really raise some of that awareness. So we're working hard to really take the event to the next level, have more guests than what we've ever had, raise more money than what we've ever had and really provide a great guest experience that really showcases the power of our mission and having the individuals that we serve really be a part of the program. So Sam and I are also working on some fun opportunities to engage our athletes like we've never done before and really help them share their story with the audience about the impact of NWABA.
I really love that event every year, and especially the stories from the athletes. And for those who are listening, who are going to tune in later, check out nwaba.org. Go to the website, go through it, check it out. There's some great testimonials from athletes, as well as parents of athletes, which really emotional. And when you're able to change someone's life like that, it impacts your community. Absolutely. All right. Billy, Sam, thank you so much for all of your efforts. Thanks so much for your entire team, all the volunteers, and all the businesses that support. For those of you who are not familiar with Northwest Association for Blind Athletes, please take a minute to go check out their website. And I hope you both have a great weekend, and see you soon.
Thank you so much, Paul.
Thank you, Paul. Take care.